In July of 2021, Netflix delivered us a spine-tingling fright fest of a trilogy based off of R.L. Stein's book series known as Fear Street. First part, 1994. Second part, 1978. Third part, 1666. All those were pretty good films. And I just saw the newest installment, which was just now released just last Friday, excuse me, in the form of Fear Street Prom Queen. But is this new Fright Fest worthy enough to scare you out of your wits when going to a prom or something like that? Or is this one not worthy enough to make you win the crown or in your scepter or what have you? Find out in this spoiler-free review right now.
Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews.
So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Dual, better known to you as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a spoiler-free review of the 2025 slasher flick Fear Street Prom Queen from Netflix and produced along with Sharman Entertainment, directed by Matt Palmer from a screenplay he co-wrote with Donald McLeary. Based on R.L. Stein's Fear Street book series novel The Prom Queen from 1992, the fourth overall installment in the Fear Street film series. Starring India Fowler, Suzanna's son, Fina Strazza, David Iacono, Ella Rubin, Chris Klein, Ariana Greenblatt, Lili Taylor, and Katherine Waterston. The film is set in 1988, where the plot focuses on a mass killer who targets the prom queen candidates of Shady Side High on the night of their senior dance. Now, this came out just a few days ago on May 23rd of this year, so it's kind of new. Anyway, well, the senior class of Shady Side High School in 1988 are preparing for their prom. Lori Granger signs up to run for prom queen against a popular girl group nicknamed the Wolf Pack, consisting of ruthless queen bee Tiffany Falconer and her friends Melissa McKendrick, Debbie Winters, and Linda Harper. Lori is outcast by fellow students due to rumors of her mother allegedly murdering her father, though she was deemed innocent. Vice Principal Breckenridge intends for the prom to reinvent Shadyside in spite of the town's poor reputation. The night before prom, candidate Christy Renault, who is also a local small-time drug dealer, is stabbed and killed by a masked assailant. However, after the following day, Lori attends the prom with her best friend Megan Rogers, and later Megan stages a prank using a molded copy of Tiffany's head, creating a rift between her and Lori. But soon the killer strikes. That's all the story I'm going to tell you. I'm not telling you anymore. If you want to know the rest of the story, you need to watch the movie. Now, for my thoughts on this film, I will say that this film's good. Well, not quite close to as good as the trilogy was, but it manages to have its moments. It manages to pull it off with its 80s vibe and what have you, and have some pretty good 80s tunes as well. The music for this was done by the Newton brothers, who I am familiar with those names, of course. Of course, let me say them. Oh, yes. They've recently done the music for several films and what have you. Most of them have been direct to video titles, and some have been recently released in theaters, including Doctor Sleep, The Grudge remake, The Forever Purge, and Five Nights at Freddy's. They also more recently did work on TV shows, including the new Goosebumps series, X-Men 97, and Daredevil Born Again. So that's pretty cool and what have you. I think they did a pretty good job with the score. Though unfortunately, unlike the original trilogy, this film's been getting mixed to Distinct reviews. Rotten Tomatoes has it at a mere 31%, while on Metacritic it has a score of 44. IndieWire's Allison Foreman described the film as flirty and fiendish and graded it a B plus, saying, "When total commitment collides with enough gore and guts, this wonderfully energetic soiree. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. I have trouble mispronouncing that word. Sidesteps tired tropes to reach a royally dark place." I also know that Palmer's direction rules as definitive proof there is more fun to be had adapting the spooky book series, and expressed the possibility of Netflix releasing future films in this series annually. Well, it's a possibility and what have you. But I rather I didn't get the negative reviews in my review because I can defend this film a bit. So like I said, I like the Newman Brothers score and of course the 80s feel to it. We're having good 80s tunes. I buy that. However, in one good review for Collider, Luna Guthrie said that the film is not breaking any new ground, but the film is a solid enough teen slasher that does a nice job of continuing the ever expanding universe of R.L. Stine, and especially praised the performances of Strazza and Waterston, writing that they're a great duo to watch and the movie gives them just enough material to really make an impact, and also commended the film's characterization and that even movies that aim to appeal to the most basic tenets of entertainment can do so with an element of sophistication. Now, also another thing I liked about this film was the kills and what have you. Some of those kills were pretty darn gory and what have you, and I liked that. That was good. That was pretty superb. I mean, if you're into maybe some slashers that feel like you're seeing Prom Night all over again in a way, maybe some of the films in that series, I think this one will make you feel right at home with. I absolutely did enjoy Fear Street Prom Queen. I mean, Matt Palmer does a decent job with the direction. His story with Don McLeary collaborating him was fine and what have you. Now, for the cast we have playing Laurie Granger is British actress India Fowler, who recently appeared on the show in the Showtime thriller known as The Agency, and she recently played young Zoe Walker on Netflix's White Lines. And more recently, she was a waitress in last year's The Strangers Chapter 1, which I have yet to see that. I know Chapter 2 of that's coming up later on this year. Playing Megan Rogers is Suzanna's son, who appeared in the film known as Red Rocket. She also recently appeared in Honora, but unfortunately was uncredited and only seen in a photo. Playing Tiffany is Fina Strazza. I mean, now she had appeared in numerous things, including, well, this is hard to find. She appeared in the Hallmark Channel film A Christmas Melody. Yeah, with Mariah Carey and Lacey Chabert. I think that's one thing I would remember about. I'm pretty sure. Playing Tiffany's father Dan is Chris Klein. I think reckon you know that name. Of course, you may remember of the American Pie franchise and lots of other films. Tiffany's boyfriend Tyler is played by David Iacono, who recently appeared on the Prime series This Summer I Turned Pretty, as well as the Netflix series Dead Boy Detectives. He also appeared in the Tubi film Cinnamon a couple of years back. He also appeared in Saint Vincent and Joker as well, and he's due to appear in Jurassic World Rebirth later on this summer. Tiffany's friend Melissa is played by Ella Rubin, who recently appeared in the Netflix series The Chair, as well as the Hulu series The Girl from Plainville. And playing Christy is Ariana Greenblatt, who most people would remember her from the Disney Channel show Stuck in the Middle. And and also from A Bad Mom's Christmas, Avengers Infinity War, and the film adaptation of In the Heights as well. Oh yeah, she was also in 65 and Barbie, as well as the Star Wars series Ahsoka, excuse me. Lili Taylor, who I thought she looked familiar, played Vice Principal Dolores Breckenridge. Very good. Katherine Waterston played Nancy, who, of course, is the Mother to our main character. She, of course, appeared in Alien Covenant, Logan Lucky, mid 90s, and Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them as well. So the cast of the film is pretty decent enough. I mean, I liked the girls and what have you. They were really good. I would say I did like a little, well, one scene. I'm not going to spoil the whole thing. It's just a dance up between the main character and her rival. Yeah, Lori and Tiffany go up against each other. But I wouldn't say it would be a dance up, but, well, you be the judge, okay? That's only a tiny bit of a heads up. I trust that won't spoil much, okay? So that's all one thing I did like aside from the kills. So Fear Street Prom Queen, well, while it may not be as good as the trilogy that came before it, but nevertheless, I still thought it was pretty good. I did like most of the characters. The story is not too bad. The direction's not too bad. The score from the Newman Brothers was good. It had good 80s tunage and good kills and gore. So this is a film I would recommend you check out. If you like the trilogy, then I'd say you'll enjoy this one. Or if you're into stuff like the Prom Night series, then you'll feel right at home with this. So check out Fear Street Prom Queen. It's on Netflix. Check it out. For my score, I'm gonna give Fear Street Prom Queen 4 stars. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give it an 8. So what did you think of Fear Street Prom Queen? Let me know in the comments section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Continue to help support my channel, make it grow, and make the views grow. Tell all your friends about my channel, give them to know me. May they like to be a part of my Big D Nation. Share my vids with your friends if you'd like. And may they like to be a part of my Big D Nation. And join me next time when I bring to you a review of the 2005 remake of The Longest Yard. So if you like this, consider checking out my reviews for some of these other recent horror flicks. In the upper left hand corner is my spoiler free review of the recent film in the Scream franchise, Scream 6. Now, of course, there is a Scream 7 in the works. The upper right hand corner is my spoiler-free review of what is a PG-13 rated horror film, but I'm really looking forward to its sequel next month, Megan, from 2023. Or if you'd like, go to the bottom left-hand corner and see my spoiler-free review of the first 3 films of the Fear Street trilogy. You get what I'm saying. And the bottom right hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.